Welcome back. Today in our Sunday Spotlight, Nathan Grube, Tournament Director of the Travelers Championship. The TPC River Highlands was one of the first courses in the country to host a PGA tournament event last summer after COVID forced the cancellation of many earlier events. And while there was golf in Cromwell, it was definitely not a normal year last year. This year is starting to look a little closer to normal. Nathan Grube joins us on this Sunday morning. Nathan, thanks for being with us. So if people are thinking a few days from now we can be out there in Cromwell, what can the fans expect?
First of all, they can expect to see each other, right? Like last year, that was something that, we just didn't have. And you had a handful of volunteers, you had a handful of, workers out there actually putting on the event. But people commented all year to me from last summer now, man, we didn't get to see each other out there. And it's when you look at what this event, I think that what it means to so many people, hey, it kicks off summer, that I didn't realize how many people look forward to seeing each other at the tournament, whether it's groups of volunteers meeting together, they haven't seen each other in a year, or groups of sponsors or whatever. So first thing they're going to see, I tell people they're going to see each other. And that's what I'm thrilled about is, it's been 2 years since we've actually, been able to have fans on the golf course. So first and foremost, lots of smiles, and people will be having a little bit of a reunion, I think.
All right, I want to talk to you more about what will happen on the grounds there in Cromwell. But of course, this is a golf event, and I want to talk about the golfers. Phil, DJ, Bubba, Bryson Brooks, those last two put together on purpose. A lot of big names coming out there for your tournament. I'm sure you're pretty excited about the field this year.
Very much so. I mean, we've been very fortunate to get a reputation, I think, on tour as good golf course, great fans. The players like coming here. We have 5 of the top 10 in the world right now. And then you got Phil Mickelson, who is probably one of the most iconic golfers right now that people all around the world recognize Phil. So, having him coming back out as a 2-time champion here, that's great. Bubba, a 3-time champion. He's going to try to tie the record this year of winning this event 4 times, which only one other player has done. So when you look at just, the young guys, and you get Ricky Fowler coming back this year, to the veteran players, it's really just, the player field spans the spectrum. I think we have 24 of the top 50, 25 of the top 50, which is, the most I think we maybe have ever had inside the top 50. So the quality of the field from a golf fan, from a sports fan standpoint is they're going to put on a good show.
And I think golf fans who will be tuning in to the coverage on CBS next weekend, they want to see really, I think, one of 2 things. They either want to see a course just kick the golfers' butts, because all of us who are at home are like, I can relate to that, or they want to see guys go out and score. And your event is really known for guys going out and just putting on a show. Is that part of the fun?
I think so. I think what the guys like, though, I think that they like the fact that the course is fair. I thought Dustin Johnson said it best last month. He said he's the #1 ranked player in the world right now, so he has some serious street cred when it comes to being a golfer. But he goes, it's a fair golf course. He goes, if you hit it well, you're going to make birdies. If you hit it poorly, you're going to make bogeys. And so I think when you get a fair golf course where if a guy is playing well and he's hitting it where he wants to, and he's going to make birdies, like that's what the guys want. Hey, if I'm playing well, reward me. If I'm making the right decisions, reward me. If I make a bad choice, then you know what, a bogey is fine. So that's what you see out here. Is you see the guys, they like to go low sometimes because they want to be rewarded for good shots.
Now, what can we expect? I saw you put out the Celebrity Pro-Am schedule. I checked again, Nathan. My name's not on there, and I'm a little concerned about that. But who can fans expect?
You just didn't open the invitation. That's what hurts us, is when you don't even open the invitation to come play. So I was going to call you out on that.
But who can they expect? Obviously, the fans would be in danger if I was out there. But there are some big names, especially big Connecticut names.
That's what we try to do. We try to take that Wednesday and say, okay, how do we bring people out to enjoy kind of the players and the celebrities in a more relaxed environment? So you got Chris Berman, obviously, who's just an icon here in the state, and he knows what this event means to the community, and so he's always such a huge supporter. Chris Jackson, again, an actor out of New York, played George Washington and Hamilton. He came a couple years ago and was like, this is the greatest event ever, and so he's coming back. And Connecticut, Javier Colon, wins The Voice, and he is a Connecticut guy, just a huge advocate for the event. And you get Jim Calhoun and Chris Daly and Randy has a lot of UConn fans coming out here. I'm just trying to think through the list, and Tim Wakefield comes over from Boston. It's one of those days where you're out here and you're like, okay, you know what, this is a good fun day, relaxed day. The players are going to smile a lot more, they're a lot more relaxed. It's right before they just get their game face on and kind of go into game mode. But yeah, Wednesday is going to be a lot of fun. You always see a lot of kids on parents' shoulders walking around. It's just it's a fun environment.
Now, one thing that your tournament has been known for is, I don't want to say taking a risk on a younger player, but giving a younger player their start. We had Chase Koepka on our show a few months ago along with you, and he talked about how important that was to be invited back after he had to drop out last year because of a COVID interaction. Tell us about that. Is that important to you that some of these young guys come out there and get a chance?
So we have tried to embrace that place that we are on the calendar, right? From a college standpoint, like you get the kids finishing up with their NCAAs, they're getting ready to decide if they're going to turn pro or not. And we've kind of tried to embrace that place on the calendar. So when you go back to the young guys we've given exemptions to, from Patrick Cantley when he was a freshman at UCLA, to Justin Thomas when he was a freshman at Alabama, to Bryson DeChambeau when he was just getting out of SMU, Ricky Fowler coming out of Oklahoma State, and then, a couple of years ago when you had Victor Hovland and Colin Morikawa and Matt Wolff and these guys that go on and, they're all top 20 guys in the world now. I mean, the tournament has a really good history of giving those young guys exemptions, and this year's no different. I mean, you mentioned Chase. We got 3 other young guys that I think are going to have stellar careers on the PGA Tour: Davis Thompson, John Pack, and Austin Eckroat. And again, we love introducing those people to our fans, and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I saw them turn pro at Travelers." So it's a process we take very seriously as far as who we give exemptions to and when.
All right, so we know that Travelers has extended their tournament sponsorship through 2030, which is a huge deal for all the charity dollars and a big commitment by a local company. What does that mean to you guys? And tell people about what their participation in this supports.
So first of all, Eric, to your point, it's so rare to have a local title sponsor of a PGA Tour event. When you look across the tour, I mean, there's 45 events on the PGA Tour all across the world. Mostly here in the United States. But when you look at the title sponsors, very rarely do you have a hometown title sponsor that is engaged in the event. So first and foremost, that is a huge advantage for us because you have their employees that come out and volunteer. Yeah, I mean, it's the tournament is top of mind because they see stuff every day. And Andy Bissett from Travelers, he's always thinking, hey, what can we do to the tournament to make it better? How can we do this? What can we do for our community? So having a hometown title, and then you add that how rare that is, then you say they extended to 2030. I think there's only one maybe other title sponsor on the PGA Tour that's through 2030. So we have one of the longest, and we have one of the only hometown title sponsors. And you talk about like secret ingredients to a tournament that make it special. That's one of them right there. And then it just kind of goes out from there because the companies that support this tournament from the local feel and the local engagement, when they see a local title like Travelers willing to extend that far, it brings them along as well, going, this is going to be here for a while. We want to be a part
Nathan,
of it. So,
I have to leave it there. We're all out of time, and I know Travelers does do a lot of great charity work. Hopefully we'll see you out there at the course. A lot of our viewers will be watching as well. Thanks for being with us. That is CT21 for this week. CBS Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley is next. We'll see you back here next Sunday morning.
Thanks for watching Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Watch us live wherever you are on our mobile, on our streaming news app. And you can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.